Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ivy from Division Program Promotion and moderator for today's webinars. Welcome to Utah Cyber Open Day live webinar. Glad to see you all here. Before we start, let me bring you to our promotion video for Cyber Open Day. Hi, welcome back. Starting from 8th to 30th August, Utah is organized Cyber Open Day from 9 to 5. If you have any inquiry regarding programs or enrollment, do visit Utah homepage, join our Cyber Open Day, and live chat with us. During Cyber Open Day, Utah do arrange webinar daily in different fields of study. Starting from 15th to 21st August, our webinar topics will focus on life, medical and health sciences, and student life and activity in Utah. If you or your friend interested to join our webinars, do register at student.utah.edu.my/cyberopenday. Well, today's topic is Faculty Preview, Faculty of Science. Dr. Poon Lee Quinn is our today's speaker. Dr. Poon is Deputy Dean from Faculty of Science, Department of Allied Health Sciences, Kampang campus. After the topic sharing, there is a Q&A question. If you have any question, please click the Q&A button at the below screen. Please do not paste your question in the chat box, as we will not view your question from there. Due to the limited time, we may not able to answer all the questions. Only the selected questions will be answered. Zoom is our main platform. At the same time, we will live on our official Facebook page, which is Utah for You. If any of your friends are yet to register in Zoom, join us at Facebook page Utah for You. All right, now, let's welcome our speaker, Dr. Poon.
Hi everybody. Everybody. Okay. Good afternoon. Right. So today actually we will focus on the introductions about the Faculty of Science. Right. So what I want to share with you actually is some of the courses and then the program that offered by Faculty of Science. Okay. Let me share with you the slide. Okay, I hope everybody you can see the slide, right? So now we go on the first, okay, the first slide, okay. For your information, Faculty of Science offers 10 programs and we have 5 departments and each departments they have 2 programs. So if you look at this list, we have a Bachelor of Science. Okay, let's going back to the slideshow. Okay, we have Bachelor of Science Honors Biotechnology, Microbiology, Biochemistry, Chemistry, Biomedical Science, Dietetics, Agriculture Science, Food Science, Logistics and International Shipping, Statistical Computing and Operations Research. Okay, all these courses, right, actually have been approved by MOHE, right? Okay, now we will move on, means one by one, okay, the program that offer in Faculty of Science. Okay, first, I would like to share with you the Bachelor of Science Honors Agricultural Science. Okay, if you look at this agricultural science program, it actually will provide us the opportunity to understand the rich agrobiodiversity of Malaysia, and the students actually will learn, okay, the principles and applications of science, ecosystem, and then the management of animal plants productions, agribusiness, land, water treatments, and system analysis. So during the teaching, we will try to introduce, okay, the student to modern commercial scale farming. So what the student learn, the student actually you learn the developments of how to produce higher yield of plant variety, okay, using the latest modern technology. So they also learn, okay, something about the plant diseases and pests, okay, and also they learn the improvements and developments of fish and animals breeding, okay, and so on. Okay, I think most of the students actually interested to know, okay, the career prospect, okay, after they graduate from agricultural science. So most of our graduates, okay, they work as agronomists, right? So they are the plantation managers, right? And some of them, they work as the pathologists in farm, aquaculturists, biological researcher, botanists, and entomologists, right, and so on. So this program is 3 years, right, and it's actually in Utah Kampa campus. All right, so now I move on to food science. Okay, this food science program is a multidisciplinary science that integrates various fundamental and potential aspects of food molecules, post-harvest processing, and food quality. So they actually include the applications of scientific technological knowledge, okay, and try to improve the productivity, okay, and improve the quantity and quality, okay, of the crop and animals products. So what the student actually need to learn, okay, during these 3 years programs, right? So they need to learn like chemistry, biology, biochemistry, microbiology, right? So means for the food science, actually they is considered as a means a multidisciplinary science. So they have to know, okay, the chemistry, okay, the microbiology, okay, what they're doing this food science. So we'll emphasize a lot on the food security and food safety, right? So means this these two issues, right, the food sustainability is very important in the food industry. Okay, so their career prospect, actually, they will work as food biotechnologists, right, the food scientists. Most of our graduates, they work in food industry, right? Some of them, they work as a nutritionist, right? And also the quality control department as quality control manager. So this one is a 3 years program. Okay, another one is Bachelor of Science Honors Dietetics. Okay, for this program, this is a professional program which actually will take you 4 years. Okay, so during this for this dietetics programs, the student also will learn anatomy and physiology, biochemistry, human nutrition, and then the fundamentals. Okay, what is the roles of nutrition in disease prevention and treatments? So the dietetic students actually they will learn the medical nutrition therapy for individuals with diseases. So in their final year, they will undergo 1 year professional training at government hospital or community, right? So this is very important because during this 1 year professional training, they actually will be exposed, okay, to this working environment. So the students will learn the practical, okay, will gain some knowledge, okay, during their internship or the practical experience. So career prospect for the dietetic program students, right? So most of them, they will work in clinical settings, in government or private hospitals, right? And then there are consultancy, okay, as a dietitians, right? And then even though they work in the community settings, okay, so of course, most of them is a consultancy company, right? So even though like the food industry, so this food industry also they have a one professional unit, right, or the departments which they manage to give this type of clinical consultancy, right? It's very important nowadays because like for these professional programs, right, they also need to learn, okay, what actually is the medical therapy, okay, for the patients, right? So that they can give a proper advice, okay, to the it means based on the individual condition, okay, and also so on. So these dietitians, they can address the diet and health related information, right, through seminar, newspaper. So some of them, they also work as journalisms, right? So who actually is really good in writing, right? They can share all this kind of knowledge, okay, through the mediums or social medium. Okay, how about biomedical science? This biomedical science is a 3.5 years program, right? So means the student actually will learn the knowledge, okay, understand the treatments of human disease, which they combine the fields of biology and medicine. So for this program, we will focus on the structure and function of the human body, from the organs and tissue to the molecular level. So they are not only learn the clinical study, right? And the student also learn some molecular courses, right? For example, like molecular biology, right? And also like microbiology. Okay, so these biomedical scientists, right, they always found new way to cure or treat the disease. So program also aims to equip our students with a strong basic knowledge in the field of health sciences. So we generate the graduates, okay, and then we train them so that they can work in the related field like the medicines and health related industry, right? So they're not only working in the clinical diagnostic lab, but also they will work in basic medical research institution and also the pharmaceutical development department. So this program provides students with an intellectual stimulating in modern molecular, cellular, and system biology and neuroscience. So what is their career prospect? after finish their biomedical science. So they will work as a biomedical researcher, and they also can work as a research associate, okay, in the clinical lab. And also, if they have a strong interest, okay, they also can work in some departments which is relevant to forensic science. Also, working in food and healthcare institutions, hospital labs, right, and also others relevant industry. Okay, even though for biomedical graduate, they also can work in pathology lab, right, and also some of the pharmaceutical industry. So of course, okay, the biomed students, okay, they must have a very strong background in biological and biomedical sciences if they want to pursue their career in a higher educations, right? Because if you are interested to work as in education line, right? So after graduate, you can continue to your advanced study, right? And also you can obtain your master and PhD degree, right? So then you can work as a lecturer. Okay, next, what we want to share with you is microbiology program. Okay, this microbiology program is the study of microorganisms that include bacteria, viruses, algae, and fungi, right? So means, as we know, all these microorganisms actually is a very general, okay, organism in our life, right? Because all of them actually may cause diseases, right? Not only to agriculture, industry, environment, ecology, from animals, plant, until humans, right? So we easy to be infected by bacterial viruses. So we have to learn the behavior of microorganisms, right? So through this program, they will provide the student with basic knowledge on the various microorganisms. So as well as the aspect related to other academic branches. Means during this 3 years program, the student will learn physiology, right, of animal and plant, right, immunology, biochemistry, genetics, molecular biology, and also the medicine related courses. So the student will learn how microbial genes, protein, and processes, okay, because this one is very important. It actually is helping us to understand the nature of the microorganism, right? So how we can prevent the disease that can caused by these microorganisms, right? So not only to human health, but also to environmental, means to environment. So the career prospect for microbiology students, right? So they can work as environment manager, right? So in the relevant industry, okay, for example, waste treatments, okay, waste management industry, food processor, because all types of food actually we need to go through the microbiology test, right? So we want to test, okay, whether they got any infections of the microorganisms or not, right? Before the product is produced, means is marketed. Okay, and also in the healthcare, okay, related industry, right? And some of them they're also working in clinical diagnostic lab because in the clinical diagnostic lab we also got the microbiology department. Okay, also they can work as a medical and forensic scientist, right? And also the quality controller, right? Also the water treatment plant designer. Okay, next is a biotechnology. Okay, this biotechnology is the applications of advances made in the biological sciences, right? Which actually involving the science of genetics and its application. So the student actually will learn all these type of uh, technology tools, right? How we use the technology, this type of skill, okay, to improve food quality, quantity, right? And to which also include the producing chemicals through manipulating, right? Through the protein analysis, right? So we actually need biotechnology. So this biotechnology, most of the students actually they need to learn the important skill, the biotechnology skill. For example, like what is a PCR, right? What is a molecular biology, right? And then what is this genetic engineering, right? So skill is important, okay, for biotechnology students, right? Because they need to apply the skill, right, to create new medicines, right? So this skill or this technology so that we can use, okay, to do the genetic testing, to do the screening on the cancer patient, okay, which actually will benefit, okay, to the medical, okay, research area. So this is about biotechnology, and biotechnology actually their market demand is quite high, right? So because all types of industry they need biotechnology. Okay, so they will work as biotechnologists, okay, field applications specialists, right, and also the executive manager, pharmaceutical scientists, okay, and most of them they work as a product specialist. Okay, this is a 3 years program. Okay, another one is biochemistry. So this biochemistry is the branch of science that explores the chemical, means the chemicals programs and also the biological program. So it's something like a merge of biological and chemistry program, right? Because like they actually need to understand, okay, the behavior, right, of the animal, plants, microorganisms, right? Not only in their biological level and how it's actually means react, okay, with the chemical when we actually given some chemical treatments, okay, study to the biological or this type of living organisms, right? So the student actually will explore the structure and properties on these biological molecules, and then the relationship between their chemical structure and their function in the living organisms, right? Okay, for biochemistry students, after graduate, they can work in food industry, right, and also some pharmaceutical industry. Okay, for example, like detergents factory, right? So more of them actually they work as biochemists, okay, food analysts, okay, and also the executive manager, right, and also protein chemist, right? So they will work as a scientific officer. All right, so this is a 3 year programs, okay. Actually, many of the students confuse, okay, between biomedical science, biotechnology, and biochemistry, right? So they always come up with these kind of questions. Okay, what is the dissimilarity of these three programs? Okay, as for your information, okay, biomedical science is the study of the human body and its functions. Okay, and we study what is the relationship, okay, of the disease, okay, and also the conditions of the human body, right? So means so that we can use a proper medicals, okay, to develop a new drug, okay, for the respective disease. Okay, this is about biomedical science. And for biotechnology, okay, is the use of living system and organisms in develop a new product, okay, and we actually need to use the latest modern technology, right, okay, to do the screening, okay, to do the analysis, right? So for example, like the genetic testing, right, so that we can use the latest technology, right, to detect, okay, the causes, right, and also the reason behind the disease, right, in a very limited time, right? So for biochemistry is the study of chemical processes in living organism, right? So we have to know, okay, the interactions of the biological and the chemistry. okay, in the study. Okay, chemistry program. So this chemistry program is a 3 years courses. It's a 3 years course. Okay, which they provide an excellent background of the professional chemists working in the environment. It combines fundamental knowledge and applies skill necessary to meet the demand of industry. Right, so this is a very I think it's a high demand programs. Okay, so we will train the students, okay, with a strong chemical analysis skill, right, and so that they have this type of fundamental, okay, on uh, the chemical applications, okay, and this chemical area could be like chemical technology, polymer, food, and environmental chemistry. Right, so the student actually will learn how to do this quality control and assurance, all right, and also the production management, marketing, and safety. Right, so after finish their 3 year study, they can work as a chemist, okay, in various of chemical industry and food industry, right? So like the even though like the waste treatments industry, they can work as a waste treatment consultants, right? And also they can work as a polymer and engineer, okay, in the chemical industry, right? So our student actually recognized by the society, means the Royal Society of Chemistry. So this one is UK professional body, right? So means if you want to work in UK, right? So they actually accept, because this Royal Society of Chemistry is a worldwide, right? It's a worldwide professional body, right? So it's really benefit the students a lot, okay? Okay, and then another program is logistic and international shipping. Okay, these programs will equip to analyze and solve problems in the operations of logistic and shipping, right? So as we know, this program actually is very popular nowadays, right? And in these recent years, we managed to get many students, okay, to join this program, because logistic and international shipping is very important, especially nowadays. We got a lot of these online means sellings, right? So even though from plantation until to the sub means to the consumer, right? We also need logistic and shipping, right? Okay, so our graduate, okay, of Utah Logistic and International Shipping, right? They are eligible for admission to the Grade Associate of Professional Membership of the Society of Logisticians Malaysia, right? So this one really benefit to our graduate, right? So means after they finish their study, right, they can immediately, okay, eligible, okay, for this associate, as an associate member already. All right. So this is the list of career prospects, okay, after the students graduate from the logistic program, right? So they will work as supply chain analyst, logistic executive, marine surveyor, and the marine insurance agents, okay, operations executive, and so on. Okay, and this is the last programs which actually also offered by Faculty of Science, Statistical Computing and Operation Research, right? So means the students will learn how to apply the computing skill and also the statistical skill, means that the statistical model methods and operations research techniques, right? So they will learn how to use this skill to support the quantitative analysis, monitoring, and solving the scientific and also the business related problems, right? Because as all of us know, statistical is a very important, right? So not only in bank, even though in all type of business related industry, right, we need statistics, right? So as a researcher, also we need to learn statistics, right? So it's actually is very important. So we so far produced quite many of these score, okay, the statistical computing and operations research graduate, right? So they actually quite successful. They're working in this manufacturing industry, right? So the graduate can apply membership in statistics and operations research professional body associations locally and also the international. Okay, this is several of the statistical society in overseas and also in Malaysia, right? So this program is a 3 years program, right? Also offer in Utah Kampang campus, right? So the career prospect, they work as the statistician, data scientist, right? Data analyst, financial analyst, okay, in the insurance company, okay, they work as a quality controller, business analyst, right, and so on. Okay, so thank you very much. Okay, this is all that I want to share with you. Okay, so do you have any question? Okay, welcome to raise your question.
Thank you, Dr. Poon, for the sharing. We now come to Q&A section. If you have any question, please click the Q&A button and paste your questions. Dear participant, kindly fill in the evaluation form that I paste the link in the chat box. This evaluation form is used to improve our future webinars. While waiting others to raise up the question, Dr. Poon, I have the question for you here.
Okay.
What are the job prospects for the biosciences field student? Will it be high demand in the market right now?
Okay. Thank you for the questions. Right. So if you look at the courses, like each of them, they have their own is I would say is a professional because like biotechnologies, right? So means we need a lot of manpower, right? Which actually manage to share with the latest technology to the hospitals. For example, like the instruments that we use in hospital, instruments that we use, okay, for the food processing, right? So all these actually we need biotechnologies. Yeah. So biotechnologies actually is high demand, okay, in Malaysia. And for biomedical science, okay, biomedical science actually in this year, right? So they already means a launch of one act, right? So biomedical science already become a professional, is a professional job already. So in future, only the biomedical science background students, right? They only can work in the clinical diagnostic lab, right? So means like other programs maybe they may not be considered, right? So okay, this is about biomedical side and the dietitians. Okay, dietitian actually is a professional, right? It's a professional job. So if you look at most of them, right, actually is they are should register, right, under a professional body, right? They are doesn't like means a food science. Food science actually is not a professional job, okay, but for dietitian actually they are professional because they manage to give and share with their patients, right, what is the suitable prevention, right, and then the medical therapy to their patients, right? So I will say now they health issue and health matter is important, okay, in our humans population. Okay, And chemistry actually is, I will say that all this type of chemical industry and food industry, they need a lot of chemists, right? Including the biochemists, right? Food science students actually is like they can work in the food industry as well, because like now the food processing department, right, they actually need not only need somebody is only know how to process the food, but they also need to have the knowledge, for example, like food security, food safety, right? So means like they are not technicians, right, but they are the importance like the scientists, because they need to know all this kind of knowledge, right? Because like government, they set a lot of regulation and rules, okay, to the food industry, right? And also the means this kind of factory and then the chemical industry. So our student actually, they also learn a lot of like the law and also the SOP, right? What is the act, okay, they will be applied, okay, in the industry. Okay, so yes, this is a very high demand, okay, for food science graduate, biochemistry and chemistry students. Okay, logistic, of course, recently, right, you can see nowadays, right, the international shippings, right, actually is the development is rapid, okay, it's very fast, right? So we are not comparing with like Singapore, right, or Hong Kong, but you can see Malaysia is moving, okay, to that direction. So we need to train a lot of the graduate, okay, in this relevant field, the logistic and international shipping. Okay, we have a student now, actually they're working in China after graduate. Yeah. Okay, so and the statistical, okay, courses, right, is also important, because all the industry, okay, we need statistic, okay, we need to do analysis, right? Okay, yeah. So this is about the career perspective, okay, for all the courses, okay, that offered in Faculty of Science.
Dr. Poon, there's a question from one participant called Ken. He asking Title 3 need to proceed study in government hospital for how long?
The training actually will take 1 year. Okay, 1 year, because this is a professional program, right? So means like their exposure should be longer, right? So means like because they need to do a lot of like practicing, okay? Doesn't like other courses, okay? Other courses, they only need to do internship for 3 months, right? For biomedical science, okay, they only need to do internship for 4 months. But for dietitian, okay, the dietitians in future after they graduate, they are professional, right? So means like it's a good thing for them, because like if you work 1 year, okay, in this relevant sector, right, actually will benefit the student a lot, because you learn something is not from the book.
Okay. Dr. Poon, I have a question for you. Actually, we know that beside Title takes chemistry and logistics, how about other bioscience program? Is there any professional body or society cover, or how? If have, how student to join?
Actually, so far, like biotechnology, microbiology, and biochemistry, right? So they are not considered as a professional courses, not a professional program. So they did not require any professional body. Yeah. So if the student they want to join, they can join MBOT, right? So means that one is a yearly something's like after you register as a member of biotechnology, right? As their member, right, you have to pay yearly. right? So, something like engineer, okay, engineer, their title in front, their name, right? They have the title, they put like IR, right? So for these biotechnologies, okay, and the biochemistries, right, and microbiologists, right, they also can register, right, so that, okay, in front of their names, right, they also got certain, yeah, it actually depends, okay, it actually depends on the students, what, whether they want to register as a member or not. But so far, okay, after graduate, right, if they work in the relevant field, right, then they did not request, okay, whether they need to get certain registered certain license or not. So far, no, because they are not professional program.
Okay.
Hmm.
Dr. Poon, there's another question from YS. What is the benefit to carry the title for TS?
Okay, this one, right, okay, if you look at TS, right, for industry, okay, this TS, right, actually is the latest, okay, which actually start, I think, is in 2000, early 2019, right? Because our governments, they want to train quite many of something like experts, okay, which is strong in technologies, okay. So the TS actually means they are they are part of the technologies, right? So means that if you look at the sector which actually they need a lot of technology, right? I will say that quite many. The TS, just like uh if your person personal interest, whether you want this or not. But so far until today, right, industry, okay, or even though private industry, they do not request uh whether the applicant they carry this TS or not, right? So I would say TS is much more important when you work as in education line. Okay, maybe if in as a research as a researcher or as a lecturer. So TS actually will benefit your CV. It looks good, okay, for your CV.
Okay. Dr. Poon, there's another question here. Actually, many students were asking, what is the difference between nutritionist and dietetics?
Okay, if you look at, I actually have one more slide that I would like to share with you, right? Okay, so it's actually, and do some comparisons between the nutrition and dietitian. Okay, you can see this means a comparison means the dietitian and also the nutritionist, right? So if you look at this is the categorized, means already categorized, okay, in different parts. Dietitians, okay, they promote well-being and treat medical conditions, right? So they use their professionals, okay, to give a proper advice how to do the medical nutrition therapy. But for nutritionists, right, they actually is promoting the healthy eating habit and how we do the balanced lifestyle, right? So they were not able to give us the proper medical nutrition therapy, right? Because they are not professional. This is the difference. I would say this is very important because these dietitians, right, they are heavily regulated, right? Because they need to register, right, as a member, professional member, but for nutritionist, not requested, right? So far, okay, any of us actually we can be a nutritionist, right? Of course, if you look at nowadays, right, the market they got a lot of people, right, who declare themselves as nutritionists, but they actually don't have this kind of knowledge, right? So yeah, that's why this is not a good okay scenario okay in our news in our market, right? And besides that, right, the dietetic students, right, they will take more medical related subjects. So during this 4 years program, right, they will learn what is clinical biochemistry because they need to learn what is the normal health condition. So with unhealthy conditions, right? So what is the proper nutrition should be provided to the patient, right? So that they can means improve their health condition, especially for the cancer patients, right? Because like all the diet, because this your dietitian students, right, they learn gene diet interactions during their 4 year study. But for nutritionists, right, the nutritionists they never know what is about gene diet interaction, right? So they don't know, okay, when we provide certain diet to the patient, right, how it actually will improve the gene expression. They don't have this type of knowledge. But for dietetic students, right, they know much about the medical therapies, right? Okay, and they will work in the medical setting, like hospital and health clinics. But for dietitians, okay, sorry, for the nutritionists, they cannot work in this department, right? But they can work in the something like the consultancy firms, right? So for example, like the what type of like diet, okay, or the slimming center, okay, maybe these nutritionists they can give their advice, okay, because they can share with their knowledge how to promote health, healthy eating habit, and also how to balance their lifestyle, right? So this is the differences of the dietitian and nutritionist.
Okay.
Yeah, the starting payment for dietitian is definitely is higher compared to nutritionist.
Dear audience, do you have any question to raise out? Dr. Poon, I have a last question for you. May I know why logistics are placing in Faculty of Science? Is it possible for arts stream students to study?
Yes. If not mistaken, the faculty business and finance actually they also have similar programs. So the difference here why because all the while, right, logistics is art stream. If not mistaken, people will think that okay, this is art
Yeah,
stream program.
yeah.
Why they should put under science stream? Okay. If you look at the background, the science stream students, right? We actually get all this type of feedback. It means the comments from our stakeholder, right? So like our industry advisory panel. So they actually suggest, okay, um, this type of logistics program, right, should put under science, right? Because now actually they need somebody is more organized and more systematic. Yeah. So like because like they cannot be just upstream only, right? So logistics actually is part of the science because like for example they need to they work in the marine, right? So marine environments all is involved the life underwater, right? So through this year of study, right, they also need to know, okay, um, the logistic program, right, and this international shipping, right, okay, will it actually how we really can benefit to the environment, right? So means that they try to link with the environment sustainability. Yeah. So that is the reason why they put under science, not only in the upstream because upstream actually is like this type of like sustainable goal, right? Actually it may not be their goal, right? Because like in science, right, we do a lot of like study which is relevant to living organisms, right? For example, like logistic, right? Shipping, all this actually is like they will cause a lot of pollution to seawater, right? And also to environment, right? So means like this is one of the reasons. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you for the sharing.
Okay.
Hi, audience. If let's say you do not have any question to raise up, today a webinar will be ended here. Last but not least, we will thanks Dr. Poon again for the sharing for today. If let's say you have any inquiry, do visit Utah website at study.utah.edu.my or study.utah.edu.my/cn or log into Facebook Utah for you, or you can WeChat with us UtahNet, or you can call us up at hotline, or you can email to us at email inquiry allianceutah.edu.my. Thank you for joining us for webinar today. Thank you. Have a nice day.